going back to 1948, if we go before that, was the idea that Jewish people had originally been displaced from that area, so they were already entitled to that area in 1948, and that's why the UN ruled to give them the 56%? Okay.
Okay, that's a completely fair question. And since I'm speaking before an audience that doesn't know much of the history, and is not obliged to, it's a tiny corner of the map, I will do as best as I can to answer these, what you would call elementary questions, because people just don't know. Israel staked a claim to Palestine, or I should say, the Zionist movement staked a claim to Palestine on many grounds. One ground was that's the homeland of the Jewish people from 3,000 or 2,000 years ago. Another claim was made that Palestine was basically empty. Another claim that was made was, well, the people in Palestine, they're Arabs, and there are all these other Arabs all over what's called the Arab world. And so it's no big deal to tell the ones in Palestine to move and make room for us. There were various kinds of claims. When it came before the United Nations, I think it's fair to say that they, which climaxed in that 1947 Resolution 181, I've read the record closely. I would say they didn't really try to make moral sense of who had title or who had the deed to what. They were faced with a practical problem, or they conceived it as a practical problem. There are two substantial populations living in the same parcel of land. It doesn't seem like these two populations can live together, and so we're going to divide up the land. Now, you might ask, why was it so unequally divided, especially in light of the demographic balance at the time? As far as one can guess, remember, this is after World War II. It's 1947, and there are Jewish refugees in Europe. And so there was some expectation that a large proportion of those Jewish refugees would come to Palestine. And so the land was unequally divided to accommodate the Jews who would eventually come to Palestine from the refugee camps in Europe.
That makes sense. That answers that.